Hello, my name is Amy English. I'm a food and body confidence coach for women who want to feel comfortable in their skin and break the pattern of binge and emotional eating. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about body acceptance, why it's so important, and how it leads to the change you're looking to make. You may be looking to make, right? But ultimately, how body acceptance leads to peace. Who doesn't want to feel more at peace? So, this is a really powerful topic, especially in the work that I do. And with just to give you a little bit of history, so I struggled with emotional binge eating for over 30 years of my life. And I also struggled with a negative body image to the point where I actually hated my body. I was in, the weight loss yo-yo for a really long time, having great success and then always gaining the weight back. And it wasn't until I discovered life coaching, became a coach myself, it wasn't until then that I started to learn, how to take my power back from food, right? And also how to take my power back over the way I felt about me and how to remove the shame that I felt towards my body and actually how that impacted me in a positive way to eventually remove the weight and stop struggling on that path, right? And so I see acceptance as the road to all change. Whatever change you would like to make, right? Or even if, like I said, if that change is just to feel peace exactly where you are, acceptance is the key. And I want to be very clear here. Acceptance is not the same as complacency. When I think of complacency, and if you were to Google the definition of complacency, you would see it says having a warped perception of self. It's where the self-judgment lives. It's where the shame lives, right? Acceptance actually lets you put the judgment aside, put the shame aside, and it helps you look at the facts. So instead of feeling hopeless, like you're doomed and why bother, it's like, here's where I am right now. This is me. What do I want to do? It opens up the door to having compassion for yourself, curiosity, more clarity, and ultimately confidence. Like body acceptance is what leads to body confidence. You want to start with acceptance, and that means accepting exactly where you are right now. It also means accepting the fact that our bodies change over time, right? Our bodies change as we experience life and we move throughout life and different things happen. My body has changed tremendously over the years from, pregnancy and having children, having, sickness and illness and things like that. I recently had an unexpected visit to the ER, in which case, led to me gaining a few pounds. It was like, I was able to have acceptance for that happening instead of beating myself up, feeling sorry for myself, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doomed. What's going to happen now? No, that acceptance says, okay, this is what happened. I landed in the ER. As a result, I've gained a few pounds. Having acceptance for that, what do I want to do moving forward? And then I'm able to put a plan in place and do what works for me to remove those few pounds that I put on. It's just not a big deal. When you can remove that shame, that self-judgment, it's going to take you, first of all, it's going to take you further. And it's going to take you further because you're not carrying the weight of the shame and the drama with yourself, the negative drama with yourself, right? So, acceptance. And how does it start? How do you start to have acceptance for yourself? It all boils down to the way you talk to you. First of all, it is very clearly looking at the facts, looking at exactly where you are right now. And instead of starting to trash talk yourself, start talking to yourself as a friend or a loved one. Think about the way you talk to a dear friend or somebody that you really love, right? Would you trash talk them? No. Why would you trash talk yourself? So it really comes down to the way that you're willing to speak to you. That's where you want to start. And listen, I know self-criticism is alive and well in most of us, especially women. So every time your inner critic starts coming up with all the reasons you shoulda, woulda, coulda, I want to invite you to also tap into your inner ally, your inner friend, your inner cheerleader. And for every self-criticism, consider offering yourself one compliment. Just notice how different it feels. Listen, your inner critic is never going to go away. It's really important for everybody to realize that, okay? She's there, she's part of you. You also have an inner ally. That's really important to know, okay? So while your inner critic isn't going away, she also doesn't need to have the bullhorn. All right. So what we want to do is quiet the inner critic and start bringing the inner ally to help get to this place of acceptance of where you are right now so that you can decide what you want to do moving forward. All right. So for every self-criticism, I'm going to challenge you to go ahead and find one kind thing to say about yourself, one compliment. Tap into that inner ally and hear what she has to say. And listen, to get more on this, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and grab the Quiet Your Inner Critic series that I've included with this. So be sure to get that. There's a series of 4 videos that are going to teach you exactly how to quiet your inner critic so that you can start hearing your inner ally and feel better about yourself moving forward. Okay. There's also a worksheet to download. So be sure to grab that. All right. Take care of yourself. And remember, start listening for that inner ally because that's what's going to lead you towards acceptance. Have a great day.